Okay, I just picked up the Gear VR from Best Buy. I'm going to unbox it and review it and hopefully answer some questions for you and address the ones that I had before I purchased it. Here we have the goggles, the straps, and the manuals right here. Okay, here the goggles are with their plastic that comes with it. Their cushioning. And then it comes with an optional top head strap and the back strap. Here's the plastic cover, and it just pops right off. There's nothing special about it. It's just plastic. You don't have to have this on. You can just have your phone showing on the back of it. I guess it's just for looks. Here it is with all the straps inside. I like it with the head strap on. Make sure all the straps go in and come out to attach the Velcro part. This is how you place your phone in. Make sure the screen is facing the lenses. You pull this little tab back. Insert your phone on the charging dock. And then the app will open up automatically. You lower it down and you flip this tab back up there like that. You can also change sizes, so I push it back from my Note 5, then it pops out like that at an angle, and it presses it down, and you kind of think that you're hurting your phone, but then it clicks into place like that, and it's holding it nice and snug. Okay, right when you put it on, it gives you a health and safety warning that you have to acknowledge every time, and then there's a couple things I want to address. First is I read a lot about how the lenses will magnify your phone screen and you can see the individual pixels, and they call it a screen door effect. And so that made me hesitant with buying this, but the pixels are really small and you barely notice the screen door effect. And it honestly looks good. It looks good, and I like it. It's better than I expected. I expected, big black squares with distinct black lines, but you can barely see them, and unless you really want to notice them, then they just fade into the background, like the borders of the Oculus, because it's not a super wide, it's not a full field of view. But all that just fades into the background and it looks really good. You can look around, you're in some futuristic home, and it looks really cool. So I'm sitting in my chair and there's a bunch of other stuff here. It looks really good. So, right off the bat, this is better than I expected. I didn't expect to actually feel like I was somewhere in 3D, but it actually feels and looks like I'm in a 3D room with other stuff going on. I'm at the main menu with Netflix and other stuff. I accidentally tapped something because the D-pad or the touchpad is super. Whoa! I tapped on Netflix, and wow! And it transported me to my own little sofa here and with a big screen TV right in front of me. This is actually really cool. It's better than I thought it would be. So I have a 14-day return day period from Best Buy. That's why I got it. So if I end up not liking it or thinking that I'm going to use it very much, then I'll end up returning it. But it looks really cool so far, and I can't wait to show it to friends. And wow, this is so cool. Oh yeah, so when I was at Best Buy, I wanted to try it on there first, and they didn't have a phone for me to try it with. Luckily I had my Note 5, and I hopped on their Wi-Fi and I had to download everything required for it, which took around 20 minutes, downloading all the apps, and then you have to download some content to start doing stuff, and I didn't even get to do that much in the store. So this is my first time looking at Netflix, and it looks really good. you see a big 60-inch TV. You can kind of see like the pixels, but it still looks good. Like it's not something that I think ruins the experience. I would actually recommend this. The top head strap I recommend as well. Kind of keeps it snug and the weight off your nose. One cool thing to note is that it has a sensor here, that rectangle that detects when you have the device on. So if you take it off, it'll automatically pause anything you're watching and turn the screen off, so you don't have to worry about it staying on. And then I can just put it right on my wireless charger. Another cool feature is called the pass-through camera, which is how I started recording without the device being off. I just did the VR introduction and it was amazing. It brings you through space to China, and it was amazing. Make sure you have some headphones, that way you're more immersed, and it was a great experience.
Ooh, you're not even there. Very cool. Can I like?
You can't.
So I probably shouldn't.
You can't move around. It's just sitting.
Read and follow all warnings.
And then over here, there's a touchpad. There's back button right here. Okay, feel that?
Yeah.
And then there's a touchpad to tap.
Oi. Well, how are you supposed to know where the touchpad is if you?
There's ridges around it. See that ridge?
Oh, oops! You did something.
And then in the middle, there's a D-pad. And a nub in the middle.
You did something. Oh, I'm on Netflix.
Oh.
Ooh, look! I have my little coffee. Isn't
that cool?
Yeah. Why don't you sit next to me?
Here, wait. I want you to do the intro.
This is the future.
Isn't it awesome?
This is amazing. Earphones connected. My shadow's there and everything. My shadow. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. That was so cool.
Alright, I'm gonna do a quick playthrough of a free game. It is called Finding VR, and it is free. And I got my swivel chair. It's a little squeaky. This one does not require a gamepad, which is nice. You can just use the D-pad here. And you get to control a character and move him around in a 3D world, and it's really cool. You hold the D-pad in the direction that you want to go, and he moves. And then you can shoot these fairies and grab them and hang on to them, and they'll fly you around, and it's really cool. You're in a 3D world, and it actually looks 3D. You don't feel like you're... I thought I would feel like I would completely notice and not be able to see past a screen in front of my face and always be seeing the screen, but you can really see past that, and it looks like there's a lot of depth. So this game looks really cool because you actually control a character and move him around, and a swivel chair is best so you're not cranking your neck everywhere. In the first level, you can grab barrels with your shooter and then toss them at enemies. Well, it's an adventure game, so I'm in like a little dungeon here, and I had to throw a barrel at a guard who throws bombs at you. You can grab his bombs and throw them back at him. There's many apps to choose from in the store, but most of them cost money. So this is a good game to try out that is free and is really good for the VR 3D experience. Alright, I'm done for now. One thing to note is I just tried laying down to try watching a show, and I thought it was going to be really cool. I could look up, at the ceiling and watch, but it wouldn't reorient towards the ceiling. Also, to reorient, you hold the back button in the direction that you want it to be oriented, and then you select the reorient button. But it won't reorient vertically, just horizontally as far as I can tell. So you can reorient, but only in apps like Netflix and VR Gallery. In Netflix, if you look straight up, there's it says Void Cinema or Void Theater. You click on that, and then you can be looking straight up. And then I think something similar in VR Gallery. I didn't figure it out for VR Gallery, but I read that online. But Netflix, I did try out, and it was cool. One thing to note is I usually get motion sickness when being a passenger in a car. And when I first tried this on, I wasn't on a full stomach, and I did kind of get a headache and a little bit of maybe queasiness. But right now, after a day of using it, I feel good. I don't feel any motion sickness anymore. I think I might have just got used to it. Also, I was on a full stomach, and I think that helped. The tours really are great, like the Titans of Space, which takes you through space, to see all the different planets and different stars, and different sizes, and then underwater tours, and then all of that is just great, and it really looks good, and the depth is really good. Like I said, the screen door effect, it is there, but it doesn't ruin the experience, and it doesn't make it seem like you're looking at a screen. I really thought there was a lot of depth, and it was really good, and it's a lot of fun. It kind of feels like the novelty is going to wear off after there's not an endless amount of apps like the App Store. So it feels like the novelty may wear off, and because of that, I may return it, but I don't know, I may not. It's really fun showing it to other people, seeing their first reactions, their first VR experience, and so it might be worth it just for that. Okay, let me know what you think. If you're planning on getting Gear VR, if you're thinking about it, or if you have one and you want to be friends on VTime or something, we could hang out in a virtual world. It's pretty cool. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer them. I just had to say one last thing. This is great. VR immersion is really cool. But I feel like nobody's is hearing about Magic Leap and what they're doing, and what they're doing is going to blow everything out of the water, and all this is going to be nothing compared to what Magic Leap is doing. Augmented mixed reality. They're going to be mapping the entire world and through the devices, and you'll be able to do so much more, and in so many more places rather than just in your room, safe, or in a safe room. You could be out walking, you can see the world around you. So check out Magic Leap and their glasses. They haven't announced it yet, which is why this is a good solution for right now, because this is the only headset you can get right now, but it's only for Samsung phones. Magic Leap is definitely going to be the best bet out of all the VR, AR companies coming out with stuff. So you're not having a big headset here on your head. But thanks for the experience, Gear VR.